Hi, I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
AutoSave, welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood Season 1, Episode 16. It almost feels like a new season. We have a new opening. We have a new ending. We have new characters. Ling Yao, he seems charming.
He's fun, and I like the fact that he has these retainers with him, these supporters for his cause, especially Lan Fan. He's only one of 43 of the Emperor's children. So he really needs to please the Emperor, and the Emperor is supposedly in poor health, so we really do need that Philosopher's Stone and immortality. But we know some things that Ling doesn't know.
Yeah.
Would Ling still want it if he knew what we know and what Ed and Al know?
Thinking about knowing things that other people don't know.
Great
Hughes
point.
is
Yeah,
death.
Hughes is
Let's
dead.
go. We also have Mei and Chang Mei teaming up with Scar. Like, that's an interesting dynamic. We got to see her use alkahestry to heal him up, which is interesting. We don't get a lot of examples, I feel like, within this series so far of healing through alchemy or alkahestry.
But that's what we get with the introduction of Mei Chang, is the idea that in the East, alkahestry, which is alchemy, is used for medicinal reasons most, if not all, the time. And then here, it's mainly used in military.
Yeah.
And for fighting power. And we also kind of got this map once we get, the addition of the East. The East wasn't the only place. The map was broadened a lot.
We zoomed out last episode for sure.
And it definitely was an intense feeling for that. Because it's like, okay, are there going to be some other characters from other places? Are we going to have other wars to deal with? Other issues? Is this the reason we're trying to gain military power? Just a lot there. And there was a lot for some other aspects of the show as well.
Yeah.
Like father. So we get Greed, and then Greed dies. He dies in the way the Greed can die, which is being kind of consumed back into the original body. Going into this episode, I did have a fun question for you. I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, all of these names are for, like, the 7 deadly sins. But wait, we only have 5 sins so far. Does that mean that we're going to get a sloth or a pride character at some point that's going to be created by this father? Are we going to get a new Greed? Because Greed was consumed back, so, like, what if a new Greed was created?
Well, even in that interaction, right? That wasn't last episode, it was 2 ago with Father. Like, we get brought up, like, name dropped another sin too there and talking about, and then we see him, like, down underground working through, But, like, I don't know. I kind of imagine we're not even going to follow up with any of the sins or Father within the next few episodes. That being said, to answer your question, yeah, I think that for sure.
That sounds so real that we probably won't be getting...
It feels like a season 1, season 2. It feels like a good core break, and with that 2 episodes ago, with the father reveal, I think that was like, oh shit, okay, here's some information, now,
And it's so, like, it's the underneath. It's, like you said, the one that was kind of in this, like, cave-like area. We have the fact that Wrath, the king... which is King Bradley, is hidden in... No one knows who he truly is.
It was Sloth, right?
Yeah, I think it was Sloth. So that means Pride.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess Pride could always be the father. He could hold that for himself.
That's true. Okay, interesting.
But
Wrath is King Bradley, right?
Wrath is King Bradley. And so it's kind of like we're already hidden. So I like the idea that we would keep it underground for now, especially because we have so many other things happening on the surface.
Oh yeah, I feel like we're
lurking.
We're far away in terms of like distance, like not an interaction might happen, but that's like big potatoes, Yeah. Also big potatoes. Bury the Chopper last episode. I love to see it. Give me Bury the Chopper once every 6 episodes, and I will continue to be happy.
What a weird thing to continue to make you happy.
You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. I was trying to figure out how my feelings are at the moment towards new opening and new ending because of how strongly I felt of the originals. I can't say I'm there yet for the opening, but I think I already like the ending as much, if not more, than the first ending. Question, do you think that now we have, you know, a character like May with Scar, do we get a little bit of their adventure every episode too? Or do you think because of the Hughes type of conversation, we're only going to focus on Ed and Al?
I like the idea because they're kind of like this unlikely trio traveling together that we could kind of check in with their, like, hijinks.
Yeah. Whoa.
Wait. Wait. I'm going to try not to focus too much on some of the things I just saw.
Central. Oh, boy.
Roy?
Oh, no.
We're going to see Roy? Who's going to tell us? They're not his keepers. You are.
Having Winry be here is making it worse. He might be already off doing his own thing.
Oh, wait, yep. He is, definitely. He's on top of a building.
Look at him.
So serious.
I love him.
He called it a restless country last episode.
And just the feeling of being in Central for the first time. Okay.
So we're still keeping him.
Oh my god.
Intimidating boss.
Let's go!
Good. He had to leave his girlfriend. He got a new one. He did collapse.
Oh no. Oh. I mean, you're right.
Do we have the proper paperwork? Do we even actually have that? Pay my respects in a way
just
that
fucked up.
You don't even know. She's gonna be alone for finding it out?
It's interesting that we'd learn it from the Colonel. You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
no!
That's
What the
up.
fuck? Oh
That
my
is so
god! And
messed
just
up.
just sit on it. That's awesome.
I wonder if Sheska is continuing looking into things that Hughes was looking into.
I mean, she has a lot of information. That breeds curiosity. Ah.
He's trying to figure out what it is that Hughes got too close to.
Napping. That's it.
The fifth laboratory.
Still have Chopper too. We can trust Fokker, right?
Oh my god! It was Envy! Oh my god, it was Envy!
I mean, yeah, we can trust him when he's him.
Wait, is he going into the bathroom where Roy is?
Oh, man.
Oh my god, he... Okay. Oh.
ヒューズの死は知らせたのか？いえ、言い出せませんでした。
So that's what it was.
いつかは知れることだぞ。石の材料は生きた人間。世話好きなあいつのことだ。エルリック兄弟が調べていたことに首を突っ込んで、知らなくてもいいことを知ってしまった。自分たちに関わりを持ったせいで、ヒューズが死んだと知れば、兄弟が傷つく。人がいいな、君は。よくお調べに。もう一息だ。
Almost there.
お気をつけください。ここで誰が消えているかもわかりませんので。ではお先に。
Oh my god, this is getting really fucking tense.
Because now I'm just scared about copies.
待たせたな。こっちこそ今日はどうした？
まあ、ちょっとした情報収集さ。あと、ヒューズ中佐に挨拶しとこうと思ったんだ。中佐、元気？
田舎に引っ込んだ。夫人と子供を連れて家業を継ぐそうだ。だからいない。
会いたかったね。
Doesn't want them to feel to blame.
先走って無茶なことはするなよ。
Did they actually relocate his family?
I would think they'd maybe put them in like protective custody.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's gonna question him. Like this time.
あの兄弟にとって前進するのに邪魔なものはなるべく少ない方がいい。私もアームストロング少佐のことをお人よしとは言ってられんな。
お人よしで済む話でしょうか。残酷です。中佐いないんだ。
It's cruel.
そうだ兄さん。ウィンリーに知らせてあげないと。ユズさん家に行っちゃったよ。そうだな。
I mean, someone else could tell Winry, you know? Someone else could tell them.
どうしたの？慌てて。ヒューズ中佐のことを聞いてさ。辛いわね。話したいこともいっぱいあったのに。お別れくらいしたかったね。
What the fuck is wrong with you?
きちっと軍でお見送りしたわ。気が利くじゃん。当然のことよ。二階級特進。田舎に引っ込んだのに昇進？
She's in a really tough position.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh, look! Oh my god. Oh my god.
Thanks for showing us Gracia. You're awesome. You're a great guy, Sho. All of the air is taken out of my body.
Why? It's what Roy wanted you to avoid. The enemy is in the building! Dressed as a guy named Fokker.
Not anymore. This sucks!
She probably does that every time there's a knock at the door. Will I take the blame for this?
どんなことがあっても元の体に戻るって決めたけど、そのせいで死んでしまう人がいるなら、そんな体はいらないよ。
Oh. Do you think they're going to apologize to her and take blame?
ウィンリーちゃんが。はい。グレーシャさんに話しておかなければならないことがあるんですが。 いいですか？私に？主人はその賢者の石に関して何かを知ってしまった。俺たちが巻き込んだも同然です。すみません。すみません。人助けをしようとして死んだとしたらあの人らしいわ。でも後悔したことは一度もないと思う。たとえ死の間際であったとしても。俺たち諦めるとか言わないでね。
He died for this. He was trying to help you.
I have chills everywhere.
他の方法があるかもしれないでしょ。グレイシアさん。自分たちが納得する方法で。
In some way that you can accept. I love that. The like brave face for them. But it still hurts, even if what she said was true. Like, it's still hard to say. Hard to hear.
It's another form of closure to know why and who. we all grieve in different ways.
じゃあ、俺部屋戻るから。アップルパイ。あれから何度か練習したの。いつか。ヒューズさんにも食べてもらいたかった。
She was like practicing so she could like make it for them. The fact that she might have felt like they were like not replacement parents, but you know what I mean?
God, to see how much control they actually have now.
Is this a room of like chimeras?
No.
No.
うるさい犬には餌を与えてあげなくちゃ。
憲兵隊司令部のヘンリー・ダグラスだ。
私に何か？
一緒に来てもらおう。
What the fuck?
To what Hughes was. Because
framing one of
Envy
our
was.
own.
And it's coming from the person that told Ed and Al too. And she's being blamed.
And who would remember a freckle placement? Oh, fuck! New girlfriend! God damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Shit! The one thing that I was happy about!
Oh, yep, okay, wow. What the fuck? She's been so nice to him, helping him move. You know, they said boyfriend, and I was like, wait, who is she? What character? Like, my brain was like, it didn't connect. The fact that he said he had a new girlfriend in this episode.
Okay, that was Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Season 1, Episode 16.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, man. I don't think... Okay, firstly, they did a perfect job. I could never imagine a better way to have handled with what happened with the story so far in the way that they have done it, in the way that the story's developed. It's so fucking good. I'm also obviously devastated, but like they had such a good like like, I had no expectation. I had no good guess at how shit was going to break down because of, okay, we're coming back here. We're going to learn about it. But then through Roy's interpretation of what to do and, like, the soft touch through Armstrong, I partly believed, like, okay, we're not going to know for a little bit and we're going to be under that, like, misguided idea. And that...
But that would have been so hard to do.
I know.
Like, no one else was gonna keep the secret. Well, I mean, some people would have, because, you know, I mean, it brings you back to the fact that some people were okay with Ed and Al being kids and being involved in this military work because they've seen hell, and others were like, this is too much for them. And this is like another example of that, of like, but it's almost like flipping it, because the characters who would have thought, oh, they've seen hell so they can join the military and be dogs for the military, are the ones wanting to do the soft touch.
But
like
it's also
Roy.
the reasoning for it, right? They hit the nail on the head. It's not like they were wrong. Like, right when they find out what happened, they are going to blame themselves.
Yeah, Roy was 100% right about what it was going to do to them, is that they were going to take on the blame because Hughes was only in what he was getting into because of them and because what they were trying to do, bringing the bodies back. And we get this really awesome line from Al about, like, if people are gonna die for us trying to, like, me trying to get my body back, you trying to get your body parts back, like, us trying to be whole again, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And that's so... I was waiting to, like, hear kind of that opinion from them of, like, because we already know they're not willing to make the Philosopher's Stone in the way that they've learned that it takes as, like, live humans.
Yeah.
But the idea that on this journey for more information in general, people could die, and they're like, not worth it. They're like, the way that they value human life, I mean, obviously from what they've gone through, they should have gained much more value for life.
It's so complex and immediate, though, because, like, throughout that, and, like, throughout their expression this episode after learning, which I still want to compliment, like, the way that they actually, like, just hit the play button and let the conversation develop between them and Ross, like, they let so much misunderstanding happen in front of both of them that made so much sense, and the words were so torturous and perfect that it was brilliant. And then in them showing up and having the conversation that they did, it's like they have their own sense of closure a little bit of, like, okay, we'll go forward in whatever way will make you happy. But then upon leaving, hearing Mama Don't Cry, your expression, that, like, safety that you somehow managed to get a little bit of from that conversation is falling apart and dissolving because you're realizing that there's still another person on the other end of that.
Yeah, I think that that's a really amazing, horrible moment, is getting lines like, move forward in a way that you can accept. That is a beautiful line, because it's like, you at the end of the day have to be able to live with yourself and your choices and whatever path you led other people down. And she's saying, like, my husband lived in a way that he could accept. He didn't have regrets. He was doing what he always does, which is being a busybody and trying to help others. And it just so happened that the thing that he was helping others with led him to get into something that he shouldn't have gotten into, that was dangerous. And just how heartbreakingly real it is. What she's saying isn't a lie when she doesn't want them to blame themselves and she wants them to move forward in a way that they can accept. She's not lying here. She's putting on in order to protect them in a way that it makes me think of Ryza to Roy. Like, are you going to treat them like a child? But I feel like regardless of who you're speaking to, whether it was a child or an adult, Gracia would handle this in the same exact way. Like, you might be sad and you might be grieving, and they are too. And it hurts to hear the truth, and it might bring some closure to know why your husband died. But you're still gonna have to, like, cry about it afterward.
Yeah, like, what I was trying to intend by meaning of, like, right when the door closes and she's crying by, like, yeah, new information is, like, closure. That, it's not like, okay, I'm good with it now. That's not what I intend. It's more so like you are given more information about the cause of death. You are given more information about the motive behind it. Like upon grieving somebody, especially after travesty and or actual murder, upon learning more things, it gets harder to deal with.
You're opening up the wound, but also why it could have an emotional response other than just it needs an emotional response because of what happened is you're hearing that in your husband's like dying moment, he was being so true to form for himself. It's like the mix of happiness that like that's the man you married, that's the man you love is exactly what he was doing up until he died, and that he wouldn't have regretted being a part of it.
Yeah.
But he still left you, and so you're happy that he like was helping people, but it's like this bittersweet.
If you're Gracia, you're not only trying to deal with what's left over, trying to be a good parent, you're also having to deal with like, well, why? What happened? What led to that night? What like I can only imagine it wouldn't be anything out of character, but like what the fuck was it? And now you have that. In my own life, I had a friend, a childhood friend that I grew up with, and throughout, just growing up, you grow distant, but family friends forever. And unfortunately, years ago, he went missing, and it was later discovered that he passed away. His body was found, and for the 3 weeks within that all developing and happening, you're dealing with like the grief of like and hope and lack thereof, and then after it you're trying to figure out, or at least I was trying to come to terms with like, well, like how. And throughout the course of years it was found out that there was somebody behind it, and there was malice behind it, and somebody's actions resulted in that person's life being lost. And then all of a sudden, like this year of trying to comprehend the unimaginable has completely been twisted into something else. And then you have a face to be like, why you did this, or you don't have a face, and you're like, well, somebody is out there still, and they caused this. And like just the plethora of like emotions that come with that has me fucked up. I think that it wouldn't have had me as fucked up if that mama don't cry line didn't happen. That really messed with me. Her opening the door to say papa, and then you were like, she probably does that every time that somebody knocks on the door. That fucks with me. Like I don't know, there's some way that they like, we've watched a lot of shows and that have death within them, but even like that was one story I brought up, but even with the little kid trying to deal with it, like I have so many things that come to mind that like painfully relate, and I can only attribute that to just the way that they're able to convey what has happened and the complexity behind it. It's so goddamn good, it hurts.
I feel like this whole conversation, like with getting Gracia, giving her more information, I feel like I have to bring up Ross being the one that through the military is going to be getting the blame, and you're the victim's family, and you are hearing kind of the under truth that's kept secret to some degree, and you're going to be looking at who they're putting on trial and knowing that's not maybe even truly who killed your husband, but maybe you're not even in a safe enough place to be able to speak out against it. And so you might see someone that cared about your husband, someone who was like an underling of his, being punished for his death, and you can't maybe even do anything about it. Because if you think about it, Gracia is not her husband. She is not the busybody that does everything to help other people. Like, yes, she's kind and she was okay with her husband welcoming people within the home, but what doesn't happen? Winry does not stay with them. Ed and Al do not stay with Gracia. They go and they stay at some sort of other place, hotel, military base looking place. Which I think shows the difference between her and her husband. So she is in the position where, like, Hughes, if it was, say, a trial against Ross and he knew or felt that Ross might not even actually be the culprit for his wife's death, he would probably speak out against it, put himself into it, try to stop it. But she is a different person, and she also has to think about this daughter that is left just with her to care for, and knowing that getting into this business to begin with is what killed her husband. So I feel like that's a dynamic that could be interesting. Not saying they're gonna take it where Gracia knows that Ross didn't do it or has a feeling that she didn't, but that's a place that they could take it.
It's like such an extra ounce of fuck you that they accuse her. Like,
I feel angry, actually. I feel very uncomfortable with this.
Like, it almost makes me more angry, like, based on Hughes's behalf, even though he's dead now. Like, that's the face you show him and fuck with him while he dies, and then you're going to turn it around and then point at her and get her. Like, what in the fuck, man? And, like, this, I didn't even think about this until we're back here, but since we've got the King Bradley revelation, what was King Bradley's reaction to Hugh's death? Remember the entire fucking graveyard scene that was weird, potentially? And now
I remember us talking about it, and I feel like you were like, is he sad? And I was like, yeah, he looks sad. Like, I feel like we talked about...
It looked like he was, like, more, like, mad, or, like, had, like, a angry statement, like, a type of feeling.
But he's also a good actor, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously if they are charging
Ross... wait. Off the deep end far, what if that was the first time that he's ever had to deal with, like, his own understanding of morality and life, because he sees the parallels between Hughes and his family to him and his own?
It opens up the conversation that we've had when we first got introduced to who Wrath really is, who Bradley really is, of the idea of, does he actually have feelings for his wife and his child? But yeah, so where was I?
Damn, I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I remembered where I was. So I'm trying to get into the nitty gritty of why they think they have evidence against Ross.
They can make evidence.
Well, obviously they can make evidence. They take the gun. If this was a true criminal case, they would obviously fire some bullets from that gun, and they would, compare the bullets, see if it was from the same gun. And for that, I would say it's not the same gun. But what it probably was the fact that Envy walked up to that phone booth as Ross. I feel like someone would say, well, at 3:15, Ross left the building and walked down that same path. She would have seen Hughes, like...
I love you. I'm not attempting to question the validity of how many hours of true crime that you've watched. However, you're forgetting that we live in a world with alchemy, and that one of the characters is literally able to replicate another person's exact physical makeup. No. Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised if the gun would have the same exact...
That's beyond power. He couldn't even get the freckle right. Nuh-uh, he couldn't get the gun right.
God damn it. We got a little bit of Ling Yao this episode. I think it'll be a good, like... sprinkle into, like, picking up where we left off with them about, like, his travel visas.
Yeah, we start with someone getting arrested, we end with someone getting arrested.
Yeah, great.
One of them's innocent, one of them, I don't know, we don't know if he had his paperwork in order, so he could be there illegally. But obviously I think he's gonna get out of the situation he's in.
Yeah.
Because we would miss him if we couldn't have more of him.
I love Sheska. That was great. I cannot believe the Fokker thing happened. It's so impossible. Like,
she didn't think anything of it, which I don't blame her. Like, I don't blame her.
We don't know their abilities, commonly.
Well, I mean, like, I don't, if you were to talk to me and I was to say goodbye to you, and then 5 seconds later I come back in the room as if I never had spoken to you before, you feel like you would, like, probably, I mean, I don't blame her, but some people would probably question, like, hey, didn't I just talk to you? But she's also in a position that she's not used to being in. She works in the military now. She owes her position to Hughes. She's trying to be more of like a people pleaser. You know, she's trying to be good at her job and not cause any waves.
I almost disagree with that. Like, I think majority of people, shockingly enough, would be like,
oh, that's weird.
No, would be like, no, like, that's fucking weird. They're being weird. I'm not gonna say something. What if I'm the crazy one? Like, what if I fucking envisioned that? I'm just gonna play it safe and just act like natural.
You're right. Some people might just play it safe because they don't know they live in a fantasy world where alchemy exists and envy can change into a bunch of different people and forms.
I am devastated at the girlfriend reveal. Yeah. I am so upset.
I'm devastated for him. I'm devastated that it's not a
Let Barry the Chopper go to work. Come on, please.
Chop up that girlfriend. Oh, honestly.
Yeah.
Barry the Chopper was going to take care of the problem for us, but we didn't let him because we were stupid. Solaris, I think, is like her chosen fake human name. So obviously, this is her link to getting close to Roy, which takes me to the bathroom scene with Armstrong. We get this idea, like, be careful, you're really well informed, you're almost there. Like, that Roy is on the cusp of getting too close to something, in dangerous territory. Armstrong is warning him, like, I love the warning of, you are well informed. I love that statement being, like, subtext, warning, you know a lot, and this is dangerous.
I'm already like, holy shit, this must be one of the best shows ever to rewatch. Like, I'm trying to remember the first time we've ever heard the term alkahestry, and I could be making shit up. I'm pretty sure it was episode like 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was at the very beginning, and I remember we were like, huh? Is that gonna be like important?
This is so well tied together. That being said, this came after Fullmetal Alchemist, right? Mm-hmm. Which, from what I understand, is probably not at all comparable, but for my stupid head, trying to make sense of it, like a Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Kai, like, type of transition. But I don't know. But, like, it's so fucking good, man.
I feel like I might want to watch Fullmetal Alchemist after we finish Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, just to, like, see what the comparison is, see what the difference is.
Yeah.
I want to be able to have opinions. I like being able to have opinions.
Damn
is right. Apple pie. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, don't get me started. They did everything they could to fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna give me the apple. I spent 5.5 hours yesterday making an apple pie.
That's not an overstatement. He spent like 5 hours making an apple pie yesterday.
If we remember, picture of apple pie. How specific do you gotta be? Like, how it, and you know what? Yeah, I could never be as good as Gracia as making apple pies, but
it was your first time. You could get back. You could practice like Winry is.
For what now? I have nobody to eat it. You can't even feed it. Damn it. Guess who's eaten the apple pie that I made?
I had a bite of it. He's trying to... I said I would have it for breakfast and then I forgot it existed. I'm so sorry.
If you would like to try my apple pie, please leave a comment below. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm gonna go have some pie now.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.